Welcome to the floor of my living room. Yes, I do have a microphone officially, so I'm gonna whisper. We could do like a little bit of a sleepy tired. Okay, I would be lying if I've thought about doing ASMR now that I have this microphone. Is the screen annoying? Okay, so welcome to the floor of my living room. Am I talking too close? Okay, I'm like obsessed. I'm obsessed with hearing things through the headphones here. It makes everything sound so crisp. And also, I want to sit far away because I can. Because I don't have to sit close. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get comfortable. Not me slouching. This is like literally how I sit, but I can try and sit up or like do this. Alright, guys, welcome to my living room. As you can see to your would it be to your right? As you can see to your right, you can kind of, oh, you can't see it at all. Okay, well, I have books in my fireplace. A little tile ASMR for you. You're welcome. And to your left, you can see my beautiful, big, sexy, want to love it so much. Want to literally marry this couch. It's kind of teal. It's like not teal. It's like a blue. It's like a green. It's not like an obnoxious teal. It's like a tasteful. It's like a tasteful antique teal that goes beautifully with the rest of my items in this room. As you can see at the back right, I also have this chair. It is also velvet. Should I just make this an ASMR video? I got that off of Facebook Marketplace for $30. Just kidding. Actually, no, that was picking my nose. That was $50 off of Facebook Marketplace. And you must be wondering, oh my God, what a steal. And I know. Okay, I get it. I'm a little bit obsessed with the fact that this is a microphone. And when I breathe in and I can hear myself breathe, it just makes me feel like I'm breathing clearer than I've ever breathed in my entire life. Like hearing my breath do that, I'm like, holy shit, I've never felt so much oxygen just entering my body. Okay, so you must be wondering, what have you been up to for the past month? Yeah, what have I been up to? I've just been, living my sweet little life completely alone, and it's so wonderful. I literally cannot stress how much living alone has completely changed, like, my brain chemistry and the way that I view myself and the way that I think of how others perceive me. Like, honestly, living alone has made me so much more confident, and it's like hilarious to think how much has changed over the past, like, it hasn't even been that long. I've only been living here for like not even 2 full months. But yeah, I just thought that was so curious, like the fact that I'm not being perceived for most of my day to day. The only perceptions that I base my image off of are my own, like how I view myself. And, not having to ever consider any external force, any external factor, person, what have you, into that has just made me completely reframe the way that I view myself. And it's been like a really healthy dialogue inside my head, maybe a little bit unhealthy in the sense of like, I don't want to become too obsessed with myself. But I think it's like a really healthy balance right now because I have to spend so much time alone, and I'm really, like, this sounds so cheesy. I know. You're hearing this, you're probably getting nauseous. Nauseous with a capital N. All right? Stick with me here. All right? It just is really interesting how much of how I'm feeling, how I feel present just changes when I have like a really positive self-image. So that's been really awesome, guys. I'm feeling really healthy in my brain, but then also I'm feeling like a little bit of a freak. Like I was saying this before in one of my other videos, but like I like forget how to interact in public, and I constantly do like these embarrassing things. And like, okay, this is like probably a normal thing for a lot of people, but I used to be generally so unapproachable in public, not because I'm not an intimidating person. I just look like it's just constant bitch face. So it's not that people were like scared to talk to me, they just didn't want to. And like, honestly, fair. I was giving off that energy. But like now I'm literally like starting conversations with cashiers. Like, how funny is that? Like, oh my God, I never used to do that. So yeah, I've been talking to strangers. It's kind of hilarious. It's like, whoa, didn't know that whole world existed, quite honestly. Because for a long time there, I was really only interacting with people that I've known for a couple years. And like, I'd like to think that I know how to meet new people, but you know, all shit just gets thrown to the fan when you decide to move somewhere essentially alone. So yeah, I've started to like meet people and they're really cool. And like they're reaching out to me and like want to hang out with me and I'm like, oh my God, is this how you make friends? I like literally forget. So like that's really exciting. Aside from all that, in terms of like career stuff too, it's like been a really interesting step back because like yes, I'm in school, yes, I'm learning an entire new skill, but when it comes to like planning my future, I'm no longer thinking of like these entirely lofty goals that like are impressive from an external standpoint. I'm not thinking like, oh, like what is the most like impressive thing that I can do, or like what's like my dream? Like, I'm not thinking about that. I'm like, realistically, what's my next step? And would this allow me to live my life happily in a way where I'm like secure in my money? That's all I can ask for. So every time I've been talking to like my parents, they're like, oh, like, what do you want to do with software engineering? I'm like, honestly, I just want to get a software engineering job. Do I have to have it any more figured out than that right now? No. I don't have to be like, oh my God, I'm going to make a startup. Like, I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to, all this stuff. And my mom starts to be like, well, I always wanted you to become a doctor. And I'm like, oh, that's great for you, honey, because I don't want to be a doctor. So yeah, I've just been like really actually so very happy and like feeling very validated in all the decisions that I've made to get to this point. So that's like really cool. That's like really cool. Who would have thought that like taking a risk could actually lead to something so positive and like I wouldn't be horribly depressed. Although honestly, jury's still out on that one. Winter's coming and I think it's gonna get a little bit brutal. So we'll see how that goes. But it is just so interesting to see how like everything can change when you actually like make an active effort. Like I've started saying yes to things. I've started putting myself out of my comfort zone. It's like hilarious. All these things that I would just avoid in my previous life for no reason other than just like convenience or like fear of like, oh, like what would happen? Like fear of rejection, fear of like feeling awkward, fear of like failure in terms of like, oh, like if I meet new people, what if they don't like me? Like all these things that used to hold me back. And now I'm just like, okay, well, I don't have the luxury of saying no to things because I don't know anybody. So I might as well say yes. And like worst comes to worst, it's a little bit awkward. What then? And that's like such a crazy, like, I don't know. It's not a crazy concept at all. And like, I'm sure most of you do that now. But like me, it's just, these are the things. These are the things that I am like finally now realizing. Well, I've known these things. I've just always been like too, I don't even know, too bogged down in my own shit, too unwell in the head to like do anything about it. And now I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna do it. So I don't know, it's been like really cool. And I think that everyone I've been meeting can kind of pick up on that energy. And like even my family, I've gotten closer with them even though I don't even see them as often. It's like crazy. Like this chain of events that happens when you actually start to live your life. And I don't even mean this to all sound concerning about how I was living my life before, because like honestly I didn't even realize until everything changed, and then I just decided to start being a little bit proactive in things. So yeah, if that's a daily dose of inspiration that you needed to get at 'em and go out there, tiger, listen to this. Listen to this leaf that is sitting right next to me. Okay, honestly, guys, if I made an ASMR channel, I wouldn't tell you. Okay. Anywho, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the first session with this microphone, scooching a little bit closer for the end here. Appreciate y'all sticking around. Drop a little comment if you want to chat. I do read literally every single one, and I comment on like almost most of them. So like hang out, get to know me. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm not forcing you at gunpoint. Oh my god, wait, also before I go, look at my t-shirt. It's like my favorite. And it's so fitting in this sense because I don't know if you can really see it. It's like a cowboy frog on a log. He's playing a guitar. And it says, running away fixes everything. And I think that's like low-key true. So with that, I'm going to say bye now.